July 9, 2025 Daily Bread. Passage Genesis, chapter 39, verse 1 to verse 12. Key verse 9. Title: Joseph and Potiphar. Now Joseph had been taken down to Egypt. Potiphar, an Egyptian who was one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the guard, bought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him there. The Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered, and he lived in the house of his Egyptian master. When his master saw that the Lord was with him and that the Lord gave him success in everything he did, Joseph found favor in his eyes and became his attendant. Potiphar put him in charge of his household, and he entrusted to his care everything he owned. From the time he put him in charge of his household and of all that he owned, the Lord blessed the household of the Egyptian because of Joseph. The blessing of the Lord was on everything Potiphar had, both in the house and in the field. So, Potiphar left everything he had in Joseph's care. With Joseph in charge, he did not concern himself with anything except the food he ate. Now Joseph was well built and handsome, and after a while his master's wife took notice of Joseph and said, "Come to bed with me." But he refused. "With me in charge," he told her, "my master does not concern himself with anything in the house. Everything he owns he has entrusted to my care. No one is greater in this house than I am. My master has withheld nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" And though she spoke to Joseph day after day, he refused to go to bed with her, or even be with her. One day he went into the house to attend to his duties, and none of the household servants was inside. She caught him by his cloak and said, "Come to bed with me." But he left his cloak in her hand and ran out of the house. Daily Bread Message. Joseph was taken to Egypt. There he was bought by one of Pharaoh's officials, Potiphar, who was the captain of the guard. Potiphar saw that the Lord was with Joseph. He entrusted more and more to Joseph. He made Joseph his personal attendant, and eventually put him in charge of his entire household. Joseph was a slave, but his situation was better than what most slaves experienced. Joseph served Potiphar faithfully. While Joseph served under Potiphar, the wife of his master tempted him. She tried to seduce him, saying, "Come to bed with me." Joseph was a young and virile man, well-built and handsome. Still, he refused her advances. He was faithful to his master, but ultimately Joseph lived before God. He believed that the Lord was with him. To be unfaithful to Potiphar would be a wicked thing and sin against God. Even when he seemed trapped by Potiphar's wife, Joseph fled from committing sin. In this way he remained in God. Prayer. Lord, I am easily tempted by sin. Help me to be mindful of you. Help me to flee from sin and come to you. One word: flee from sin, remain in God.